Hey everyone, going to be a bit brief. It's been a disaster day of recording videos without pressing record. So, we're going to look at XRP, BTC, ETH, LTC, BNB. Starting it off with XRP because it's the most impressive bounce here, and it's coming off of a double bottom, and I'm actually really liking how the weekly chart is shaping up just for clarity. It's nice and getting tighter. We like tight ranges. So, 285 was key support. We then hit a lower high of 466. We then came down and double bottomed. We held support 285. So now we're going to look for a bounce, and anything under 466 is a lower high. I anticipate we're going to form a lower high compared to 466, and then we're going to come down and form a higher low compared to 285, and then we're going to look for a break sometime in March or April, and that's going to be a nice, clear, tight weekly break. At this point, the bears still have the upper hand because at this point we're only 4 points above the low. And in terms of the distance from resistance, we're looking at about 14 points. So big difference. We need more follow through over the next couple of weeks. And we need to change the daily trend is the bottom line. We have broken the daily lower highs. We had a little bit of a resistance zone here at 327. But the last little daily lower high is 35. Anything under 35 is a daily lower high. We need a higher low and a higher high to change the daily trend for us to be convinced that our weekly double bottom is going to hold at least for now. So today's a great start. The bull volume is there, but we need more, and we need more follow through on this daily trend change. And the reason that this is not the daily lower high for me is because we pulled back, we traded sideways, and then we just continued down. There was no real bounce attempt to set a lower high in this range. But it is very interesting to watch this level and how it's come back into play. And here on the 5-minute time frame, there's the bull move today. Look at this resistance. So that was the previous resistance on the daily that I just drew, and we rejected from it. Rejected, 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 bull break, support, back under, rejected. So this level keeps coming into play on the 5-minute time frame. A bunch of rejections, a couple holds, and now back to rejections again. So keep an eye on 327. It's certainly coming into play into the short term. Right now we have hourly consolidation underway. Bulls are trying to hold 324, the last hourly higher low, and they're hoping that a new higher low just formed at 322. Or actually 3219, and they're going to have to head their way back up to resistance of 332. And then, of course, 35 is that key daily resistance. If we lose the hourly uptrend, we zoom out to the 4-hour time frame and look for a healthy 4-hour higher low, which we will anticipate to form because the last one was so far ago. And it was a nice tightening 4-hour equilibrium that broke bull as well. We had the high, low, lower high, higher low. Bull break was 297. And certainly a ton of follow through on that signal. Pretty much everybody saw the bull breaks on the 4-hour time frame in showing this move this morning. But again, XRP the biggest, perhaps by this news, I assume this is it. R3 adds Ripple as first crypto for its universal payments DApp, and that's probably the reason we have bigger percent gains, more volume, and significant XRP strength today. BTC USD, so it was the 4-hour inverse head and shoulders pattern. I posted this chart on TradingView this morning, looking at the left shoulder, the head. This was the little right shoulder, and the bull break was 34.18. When we break 34.18, we break the 4-hour lower highs. We got over it, didn't get much follow through. We got an inside bar. There's our bull break. Not impressive, but we changed the 4-hour trend. So we zoom out to the daily chart, and we can say, all right, 4-hour trend has changed to the bulls. But as we know, anything on the daily chart under 36.58 is just a lower high. So bulls aren't getting too excited. It's a long road ahead to try and change the daily trend. And before we even get to the last lower high resistance, we have the daily exponential resistances to be dealing with first, which rejected the last few attempts. So nice trend change in the short term. Doesn't mean a whole lot in the long term at this point. We're watching the longer term time frames, the daily and the weekly trend, for any kind of serious shift in momentum. ETH/USD inside bar bull break was 105.98. Again, not a whole lot of follow through. Anything under 117.40 or 117.47 is a lower high. Also looking at 119.50, so still about 10% away from where we stand. And the 4-hour trend change was an equilibrium breaking bullish, low, high, higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high, bull break, 105.59, 105.98. All resistance levels broke with the volume spike. 4-hour chart trying to form a higher low right now. Hourly time frame lost the uptrend, which is why we zoom out to the 4-hour chart, but we're holding hourly exponential supports, and we are anticipating a 4-hour higher low is going to form. But as we know, the daily trend is not going to change anytime soon, and that's what we're watching for. Anything under 117.47, just a lower high. Daily exponential resistances in play the next couple of days as well. LTC holding up better on the daily chart than Bitcoin and Ethereum. We did not break this daily support level from the low of the end of January. It is the end of January, the low of a week ago. Still holding. Daily inside bar broke bullish, and we're watching resistance of 34. If we can't break 34, we'll have an equilibrium to be watching with our high, low. If we can't break 34, we're going to form a lower high, and then we'll look to pull back and tighten up from there. 4-hour shift in momentum was a trend change on an equilibrium. Bull break was 30.99, so 31 psychological after multiple tops. Bull break volume spike, consolidating to form a 4-hour higher low, same as Ethereum and Bitcoin. Lots of work for the bulls on the daily time frame to shift that momentum back in their favor. And last, we'll wrap it up with BNB for the tight range to be watching. Has not broken yet, while everybody else has. Multiple daily inside bars, and on the 4-hour time frame, an equilibrium. Let's see what it looks like on the hourly for more details. I like the 4-hour better, more condensed. So we got the low, high of the bounce, higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high. So the range is $6 support and $6.20 resistance. And expecting a break late night tonight on the East Coast. It is 5:18 p.m. Eastern. So looking for a break sometime in the next 12 hours, perhaps early tomorrow morning. And that's one to be watching because it's still very tight. So overall, nice change in trend on the 4-hour time frame to give the bulls a little bit of hope. XRP news-related big spike, and still holding 4-hour higher lows for everybody. Healthy consolidation on the 4-hour time frame at this point. But as we know, still a ways to go for the bulls to change the trend on the daily time frames. I appreciate you watching. Do some good things out there. It's really cold. Give the birds and squirrels and animals and people extra food to get some fat on their bones and to have some energy to warm themselves up. That's that. See you tomorrow.